Are you sure?
No, first of all,
I'm not convinced.
I'm never sure. I know we're live. I just don't know if that matters.
I don't see us. Hold on, I gotta refresh.
We're live. No one cares. We're live for us.
Oh, okay, we're alive.
I'm gonna go live tomorrow night though. I think I finally got Dispatch.
Okay.
It's game like those Telltale games, but like all the people who worked at Telltale before they went tits up for having no business plan. All the people at Telltale who were like, no, we really think we're doing something good, so we're gonna try again. So they started a new studio, got business funding for a new studio, and created a new game. It's called Dispatch, and it's a story game, complete story. And it's like, what if, like, Iron Man, because that's really who it is. We know what it is. Iron Man, like, wasn't a billionaire. He's just a guy with a suit, and like, he got beat up, and he can't afford to fix his suit. What would he do? So he gets a job.
So Ironheart, got it.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Kicked out of MIT for no reason. So, yeah, right. What are they? They're so dumb. The only way this all makes sense is if they're like, nope, Doom was in control the entire time. But no, like, so your job is to run this like Suicide Squad team, kind of like villains who are, you know, what's the word? It starts with an R. Rehabilitated.
Rehabilitated? Okay.
Yeah. And you could be snarky as fuck, considerate, or just like buy the books. Like there's three options of how you want to play, and you could like, cherry pick based on who you talk to and stuff. But it looks pretty fun. They released the final 2 stories of the game because it was like weekly episodic kind of thing. So I was like, I'm not buying it until it's all out because I want to delve into it. And then I got it this afternoon and was like, you know what? I'll just wait till tomorrow night and stream it. Go back, because at least it's something I could do. I have fun. Stop on by. Anyway, tonight, we are going to talk about nothing. We haven't been around because ain't no reason to be around.
So it's the same. So nothing's different. Nothing has changed.
Well, you had Comic-Con, right? You had Rhode Island Comic-Con.
I did.
And I got some stuff going on in my realm involving another passion of mine, which is card games and card game accessories and stuff. So we both kind of propane and propane accessories. Yeah, like card game stuff. And I'm kind of like delving into something I haven't done in a few years, but it's like riding a bike. You know, like I haven't run a game store in a good 5 or 6 years, but I show up to one and I'm like, no, this is what we do. Oh, that's a good idea. No, I know.
Yeah.
It's very profitable. The downside to running a game store is having partners that don't know how to run a game store, which is most people who start a game store. But
you got to start somewhere, right? You got to start.
You can have a partner that doesn't know how to run a game store if they understand that their job is not to run the game store, it's to do X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? Like,
That's fair.
Like, if your job we're talking about game stores, but people know. Well, there's got to be some degree of overlap between people that listen to our nonsense from our time, like playing video games and stuff, to people who play like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic, Warhammer, stuff like that. There's an overlap. Yep. Like there's the business side of the store, which is just plain business, doesn't matter, follow the same rules. Make sure you're stocked on product, make sure your bills are paid, make sure that the lights are on, and make sure that your rent comes due, right? Like all that stuff is like business standard 101. But then there's like the idiosyncrasies, the difference between running a game store and like a restaurant. Like they have to be different. You know what I mean? Like they have to be different, or else all business is the same. And then why is anyone running a business? Because one person can run every business then. So like there's some little differences. Like, well, it's not about necessarily making all the money in one shot in the store. You got to find your alternate routes for currency, alternate routes of income, profitability, partnerships, etc. That's stuff that like a lot of people don't know. So in my experience, finding somebody who's willing to either fill in the gaps of your knowledge when it comes to a specific type of business or, clientele, or who already has the knowledge and needs somebody to fill in the extra part. Like making sure the legal shit is on point, making sure the taxes are paid at the right time. It's hard for one person to do all of those things and still run a successful store and take business stuff, like take profit.
Yeah.
But it's, when you get two people doing it and there's a clear division of labor, it's fine. So like starting something new, hopefully things are going to work out. Hopefully I'm in the same boat and we're kind of meshing and vibing. So got that going on, but that's what we've been doing. And in the meantime, we've heard absolutely fuck all from DC. We've heard, weird, like, that Superman was the best superhero movie of 2025, and it was like by default. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it was okay. It was a pretty good movie. It's like, and then Peacemaker, which sucked donkey balls. Silence on that.
You don't like that? Oh man.
It was a solid 6 out of 10 series, but like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, I have no interest in rewatching it. The standard issue. The standard issue response is if something's good enough, you either won't mind watching it again or would love to watch it again. And if it's bad, the only reason you'd ever watch it again is because it's so bad. I watched a movie last night called Roof Man with Channing Tatum, and I was like, this movie's dumb. I don't think I'd watch it again with people to show them how dumb this movie is, but I don't think I'd watch it like on my own if I'm like, oh, it's on, let's leave it on. There's been no news from quite literally any nerddom. I think we got a One Punch Man came back. It sucks.
I haven't even watched the new season yet because I'm still finishing up season 2.
It's not good. It's not good. It's not good for a lot of reasons. It's just not good. Not a lot going on in nerddom. The only major thing that's happened, what we'll probably be talking about a little bit today, and I'll bring it up here, is the Doctor Doom's origin reveal by some weird third group I've never heard of called Max Blizz, but it's been picked up and it has not been refuted. It's been like interviews and stuff. I'll pull it up and we'll do a little bit of a read. I'll send you the link if you want it to. But I think you probably saw something about it this week.
Yeah, there were some things that I saw.
Yeah. So, a new update on Doctor Doom's origin has been taken in the Avengers Doomsday storyline. He Who Remains is reimagined as the one who created Earth 616 and rewrote history to hide the truth of the multiverse, including transforming Victor Von Doom into Tony Stark and shaping major events that prepare for a future multiversal battle. He Who Remains, a sacred controlled timeline to hide the true history of the multiverse. Victor Von Doom was considered too dangerous, so He Who Remains rewrote him into the 616 timeline. He turned him into Tony Stark with the same mind altered, new identity, and life as a hero. Tony Stark always felt like he didn't fit in with his family because his real life had been stolen. Those feelings of not belonging are echoed in Doom's original identity trying to awaken. Time travel Tony used in Endgame was deliberately allowed by He Who Remains. He Who Remains permitted those time travels because he needed a variant of Loki to survive outside of his control. Again, I have no idea. This is spoilers, leaks, whatever. I don't know. Survival of Loki variant was part of He Who Remains' plan to future events. The main purpose of He Who Remains was not permanent peace, but to prepare multiversal war against the Kang variants who betrayed him. When Tony Stark dies, a key piece of He Who Remains' control disappears. With the death of He Who Remains, the barrier containing reality's blocks and all versions of Doom come back into existence. Among those versions, the Doom fought and lost in the multiversal war. So it seems, I'm not going to read anymore. That's enough, I think. It seems that they are taking a couple of piece lines throughout the story, specifically the end scene of Quantumania.
Yeah.
And they are just kind of like, you thought we were saying this because we were, but actually we were saying this. And here we're going to make things infinitely more confusing for 30 seconds. And then after those 30 seconds, you're not going to care. It seems like the Exiled One, the entire time that the Council of Kangs we're talking about was not Kang the Conqueror. It was Victor Von Doom, which honestly, gas. absolute fire. Absolute fire. If they're like, no, the whole time. Which also makes it funnier to imagine that the Kang dynasty was just them fighting, and then at the end, Doom just shows up. He's like, "You fucks!" Like, bitch slapping him. Well, so,
yeah.
I also, you know how much I hate Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom.
We're both equally on the same page where that's concerned, because I'm not a fan of him being. Hold on, I gotta turn my nose gate down just a little bit. I am not a big fan of him being Doom, right? Especially considering that there have been multiple talks and conversations about the fact that he is in fact playing. This is supposed to be like a variant of him, but then they said no, it's not a variant. It is actually there've been so many things about like, no, something happened at the end of Infinity War. They're basically making this story seem like a continuation from Infinity War.
Doom is not a variant of Tony Stark. The movie version of Tony Stark we've seen is a variant of Doctor Doom.
Is what they're saying, right?
Is what a combination of theory, leak, and kind of a reasonable ideologies are coming across it. And that's different, right? That's very different.
Yeah.
Because if you're saying the sacred timeline, they've okay. First of all, do you mind if I go off on a tangent? Please shut me up if you have a problem with it.
No, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, we have seen an awful lot of multiverses.
Yep.
We have never seen Iron Man in another universe. The exception is What If?
Marvel Zombies too, I guess, right?
Marvel Zombies, Iron Man wasn't in it.
I thought he wasn't it, then he died.
Not that we never saw Iron Man. He might have been a zombie. Okay. I think he might have been there was a zombie Iron Man. The idea is we have seen different versions of a lot of characters. We have never seen a different version of Iron Man.
Okay.
And they had Ultron in Multiverse of Madness, but no Iron Man.
Yeah.
So who made Ultron in that universe? Was it Reed? Probably not, but maybe. Was it Iron Man? Does Iron Man doing something different?
Ultron and
the Ultron bots were the ones that were
the bots. Yeah.
Yeah, Ultron worked. If you're telling me the one quote that everyone keeps harping on is that the Russo brothers says nobody could play this but Robert Downey Jr. What the role was meant for him. And it's the first time I'm seeing it from like, oh, if we never saw Tony Stark, if we never got Tony Stark, if we always had a Victor Von Doom that was convinced he was Tony Stark, if that one scene that everybody speculated on from the minute it happened in Endgame till today, where Howard's like, wife's pregnant, and then Tony's like, wait, how far along is she?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that far from my birthday, right? Like,
yeah.
If that one interesting tidbit is the idea that the only realm in which of the multiverse that could be safe is one where He Who Remains exiled all versions of Doctor Doom and then won the multiversal war between him and his variants. Like, it's step one, no more Dooms. Wait, gotta get rid of that guy. He's causing problems. Step two, other me's, nerds. Fuck them. If that's the story, I am significantly more inclined.
Okay.
Go. Now you.
So here are my thoughts. There have been some other things that I've heard over time, over this past week. There's a lot of leaks that are going out, right? So there's a lot of things that are being talked about. One of the things that was mentioned that I just wasn't a fan of was hearing that there's supposed to be other variants of Doom that are going to be showing up in this movie. Reason why I hate it is, number one, it seems too similar to Kang and Kang having variants. Like, it seems a little bit too similar to that story. And then my question would then be, well, why didn't we just continue on with Kang in the first place as opposed to us having RDJ come back to play Doom? Additionally, from a variant perspective, it wouldn't that be the reason why we have Doom bots? So why would there need to be other variant Dooms doing things? Now I get it, it's a multiverse, so that's probably the reason why they gotta do it. But I just look at Doom where it's like, I just want Doom doing Doom things. Now, if you're bringing in variants for Doom, for this one Doom to be like, I'm killing these variants, I might be a little bit more interested in that. But if it's just bringing them in just for the sake of, hey, you know what? Here is we're gonna bring in variants because it's a multiversal thing. Then once again, less inclined to care about any of that information. So the origin story that you're talking about now, like, this seems a lot more interesting than some of the things that we've seen before. You bring up there's Loki that's brought up, which part of my other issue is the multiverse saga has been very confusing. And although what you said is interesting, what I'm concerned about for the general public is that we're just going to make it even more confusing by doing it that way. Like, to me, that's what it sounds. It sounds like more confusing to the general public, which then makes me say, well, I don't know. Like, it's better, yes, but it's also still, it's hard to follow, in my opinion. Scoopers are going to scoop, and even when it's nothing but straight poop, I don't believe the Doom variants are real. I would hope that they're not real, but wouldn't that be an MCU thing to do? Like, in what way would that not be a thing that they would say, hey, you know what? It's a multiverse saga. People were really excited about this Kang thing. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do the same thing with Doom because reasons. It doesn't sound far-fetched. Like, what Tony is talking about, what he just brought up in information, that seems less likely to me to happen than the other thing that I just talked about, just based on track record.
So they're in a damn near impossible scenario, right? First of all,
They are. Mm-hmm.
We don't have to have a conversation of opinion anymore. This year, Marvel tanked in the box office.
Big time.
I enjoyed. What else came out this year? I remember the first two movies. Oh, Cap Sam. Garbage Sam.
Cap Sam. Then
Garbage
we had
Sam,
Thunderbolts.
Yeah. Garbage Sam. Garbage Sam and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad week. And then we had Thunderbolts, so that was a great movie. And then we had Fantastic Four, which I thought was a good movie. It was a really good. Well, it's irony being insane. If Fantastic Four First Steps and Thunderbolts came out in like year 2,
You mean like Phase
the
4?
like the second year of Phase 4.
Okay.
And then they would have had a lot more time to play with what would all call the pillars of what happened, because now we have a bunch of pillars that are holding up nothing, right? Like the post-credit scene of Shang-Chi, the post-credit scene of Doctor Strange, basically every post-credit scene entirely. Was there a post-credit scene in Eternals? Probably. Don't care. Marvel sucked this year.
There was. That was the Blade Black Knight thing.
Oh God. I gotta say, Marvel sucked this year. But like, it did. I mean,
it's fact.
I enjoyed it. It doesn't matter. Two things can be true. My enjoyment of something does not make it good. So I gotta say, I'm still, as much as I have no confidence in Doomsday, none, as much as my cynicism is telling me what they're going to do is stuff as many big names and flashy ideas in front of the audience.
How many chairs were they? How many chairs did they introduce? Like 70 names or some crap like that?
I think it was 36.
It seemed like a lot more.
But like I've heard everything. And honestly, I think that all of these leaks are coming from Marvel directly.
Yep.
I think that they are leaking old scripts, questionable scripts. 27, thank you. I think that they are leaking.
Fine, if you want to do specifics. My exaggeration sounded better, but okay.
Any amount of whatever they can, because what they don't have is goodwill. There's the diehard fan base, which is splintered into two groups. The majority of the diehard fan base is not happy right now. The majority of the fandom is unhappy. It's 52%, whatever, who cares? And then the simple minority of the group is like, whatever, give me my Marvel stuff. Give me my stuff, I don't care.
Yeah.
And that's great. Like, so that's the majority of that. But that group is 30% of the box office. And I could tell you that it's about 30% of the box office because we could see how much money these movies are making.
Yeah.
And it's about 30% of what they've made in the past when everyone was into it. I'm not talking about Endgame. I'm talking about like Thor Ragnarok, like just when they were on, like, we're seeing a core group of diehard fans that are representing 100% of the box office right now. 70, 30, 80, 20s, whatever. But that's not the way things built up. The diehard, like, the first and second phases built a new fandom. Now fandom is dissipating. This is an insurmountable task for them. They have to make a movie that does three things. One, reconciles the past 4 years of stupidity. 5 years. 5 years of stupidity. 2, makes all of the fucking diehard fans, all is an exaggeration, but makes all of the diehard fans like go, cool.
We deal with exaggeration.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah.
Right? And then 3, be cool enough that the casual fans or casual moviegoers are willing to spend $20+ each to go see it. And Robert Downey Jr. is not it. Robert Downey Jr. is not that.
Yeah.
Iron Man wasn't that. I didn't give a shit that Iron Man was in a movie. I gave a shit that the movie was okay, or was good, or was cool, or was great. So we're not going to do that. How are they going to do this? Are they going to make it confusing? It has to be. It has to be confusing. It's going to be confusing to so many people. It's the people who are least likely to be confused. First of all, let me be a little bit clear. Most of the MCU is confusing to most of the people that talk about the MCU online.
That's fair. No,
it is.
I mean, that's fair.
It is.
I'm just looking at it from the perspective of like, this time it can't be that confusing because you need them to come back and watch it. Which is, once again, the reason why they're bringing back RDJ is because of that reason. They're like, here's this plot point that we had in our last movie. How can we turn that into, oh, you know what? Because of this thing, that is how Tony becomes Doom or whatever, right? Like that's the whole thing. Like it's literally, this movie is a continuation of Avengers Endgame. It's not a continuation of what they're doing in the multiverse saga because they're not paying attention to anything in the multiverse saga at this point. Do we really think that they're gonna follow up on the plot point that happened with Shang-Chi? Do we really, like, in the rings? Do we really think that they're gonna do anything with Doctor Strange and the fact that like he caused incursions? Do we really think that they're gonna do anything with those things? Yeah, it might be utilized as somewhat of a way to sort of get to another point, but it won't be a focal for it. It's really, they're trying to bring back the audience that they saw at the height of Avengers Endgame, and they're saying, you know what, bro, we need those people back. So because they're the ones that are gonna get us to $1 billion. Because those are the people who cared about Deadpool, because Deadpool was stupid and funny, so they came out and they watched Deadpool. They're trying to get those people back again to come back and watch this movie, which is the reason why it's going to feel so much more connected to Infinity War and Endgame, and it's going to be connected to anything in the multiverse saga. So basically what TLC said, ignore basically the last 4 years and focus primarily, not necessarily what you said in the second part, but focus primarily on where did we leave off again in Endgame? That's where we had the height of our audience. Let's just go back to that crap.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm standing by my original opinion, which is this movie's not making $1 billion. The trailer for this movie, which is supposed to, right? Is coming out with Avatar, fire and water, or ice and jism. I don't know. I have seen one Avatar movie in my entire life. It was the first Avatar movie. I saw it in theaters and I went, this is dumb, but it's really pretty. And then 15, 20 years later, when Avatar 2 came out, they're like, it's breaking box office records. I'm like, fascinating, because I drive by my movie theater and I don't see a fucking line. I have 2 movie theaters on my way home. 2. And they're still bumping and there ain't no cars in that lot. So I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who's going to see movies anymore, let alone Avatar: The Way of Water.
Avatar, man. You got.
But I fuck. All right, whatever. Sure, you're making whatever. Are old people? Is this an old people movie? Are like 70-year-olds going to see Avatar: The Way of Water? Is that what's happening? Is this airing exclusively at senior centers?
And so what if it is? They're people too. They're not gonna. Well, a lot of them got deep pockets now. That's the reason why it's hitting that money. Come on now.
Yeah. Oh, good. It's the exact same fucking link. Yeah. I don't know, man. I checked out the diehards will be there regardless. They need to reconnect with the casuals. The best way to get back is just make a good movie. Correct. I think they made 2 decent movies. TLC. I think Thunderbolts. I think that I think Thunderbolts is going to do better on streaming, because I think people just weren't going to be bothered to spend money on it. Let
Fair.
me say something. So a lot of people like to lean on an argument that like money's tight for everybody and not a lot of people have discretionary income right now. I
Yeah.
just sold $5,000 worth of Pokemon.
$5,000 worth of Pokemon cards. That's
Yeah,
impressive.
and this is gonna even step it down. Like it was at like a not a convention, but like a not like somewhere between a flea market and a convention. You know, like a step up from a flea
Yeah.
market, a step down from an actual con.
Mhm.
I just sold $5,000 worth of Pokemon cards. So that's predominantly people in my area, like New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. Like that's the core group of who would show up at this event.
Yeah.
And like, and I'm not talking about a $5,000 card. I'm at $5,000 worth of 20 to $150 cards.
Impressive.
So like, there's always money. Someone's willing to spend money on nonsense. And by the way, ask me how many kids I sold cards to. Like 8. 8
Wow.
kids had their parents buy cards. So like, they definitely don't need to reconcile the last 4 years. They ignore most of it and get the damn reboot. I would agree. I think they need to just kill the last 4 years completely. I think the effort, and I do agree with that. I like my personal thing is I would make this Doomsday, make this event, make Doomsday just obliterate almost 100% of what happened over the last 4 years. Maybe even the last 15 years. I would make it so that, oh, you didn't see I would make it so that the only movies you needed to see to have a decent understanding of Doomsday at all was Endgame, Thunderbolts, Spider-Man,
Okay, yeah, Spider-Man. All right, fine.
and Fantastic Four. And I don't even think that's just to know who the people that matter are. If you saw those 4 movies, Endgame should pick up right fucking there. What happened to Cap Sam? He's been Captain America. Nobody fucking cares. Hey, what's Loki doing? Some bullshit. Thunderbolts is very good. It needed to come out 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think like we said, like if that movie had come out like right
Remember we even talked about all
after,
their TV shows compared to their movies have been bangers. Like the number of good
Yeah, a
TV
lot of them
shows
are.
versus movies have been at minimum pretty fun. At minimum,
Yeah, I mean,
pretty fun.
how many movies in terms of like their movies would have actually been good, right? Because that's a better exercise to do than like
We did
TV
that last time.
shows. Yeah,
We did
do
we did the thing where we talked about how many like each phase we went through every movie and went like how many bangers versus stinkers, and it was always like
Yeah.
no more than 2 movies per phase were a stinker.
Yep.
And then all of them were just fucking bangers, right? Even like phase 1 had like 1.5, phase 2 had 1.5, phase 3 I think had 1 stinker. And then like comparatively too, like not like objectively, but like subjectively. And then like phase 4 was just like stinkers, poop. And phase 5 was just behold the toilet bowl. This is where our ideas went. But like the shows, like we could cherry pick 3 shows that suck right off the top of our head. We go right now.
Yeah, but
Name
like,
the 3.
Secret Invasion, She-Hulk, and it's kind of about it to me personally. Secret Invasion.
What I said, what if, but like,
what if? I honestly didn't even remember that show happened. So
what if was so bad? What if season 1 was cool? Everything that happened to What If after season 1 was sweaty donkey shit.
Yeah.
Like the donkey was sweating when he this was a tough shit for that donkey. He was like, or whatever sound donkeys make when they shit. So that one, you know.
What was really bad though, like season 3 was awful. And usually, like, I know what was bad because usually my wife is like, oh, it's not that bad. I understand why you're always upset about it. No, she was just like, "What is this? What am I watching?" She's like, "What am I watching?" And she loves everything.
I don't know, man. Here's what I know. Shit sucked.
It did.
But like, regardless, right? Doomsday's not going to make $1 billion. It can't. But this trailer, I was watching the Screen Crush.
Guarantee you.
I was watching the Screen Crush conversation. I agree with Ryan Airy on almost everything he says, which is crazy because Ryan's playing the like the corporate. He's playing corporate show. He's playing corporate show pretty well too. Like he's like, but I also think that at his core, Ryan is just a nerd who's so happy that the shit that he likes is popular enough that he can talk about it. Yeah. I get that. In my soul, I get that. Right? Like full soul read moment. So I'm cool with that. I don't like Colton Ogburn's take on almost anything. And
what did he say?
Whatever. If he said the sky is blue, I'd assume it was green. That's how like that's how much every time he talks, I'm just like, yeah, I do also wish everything you said were true. The only difference is you're saying it like it is true, not like it's what you want. And then there's Tommy Bechtel. Doomsday will make $1 billion, 100% guaranteed. I'll bet you $1 it won't. The only way it makes $1 billion is if they choose to keep it in theaters for like 9 months. Like a normal movie run. Shiro, quick, get it 14. No, I'm kidding. I saw you online the other day. I don't think it makes $1 billion. I don't think the title Avengers is worth $1 billion in the market anymore. I reserve the right. What I
think we have to remember is that there has been no buildup to this. And once again, the audience that you need for it to make $1 billion is not there anymore.
I reserve the right to change that opinion after Spider-Man comes out. That's what I will say. I might change my mind after, because Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out in May. No, February, right?
Wait.
Because Doomsday comes out in May, right? Who fucking knows? Doomsday was supposed to come out this year. Doomsday is supposed to be out in like a month, and they're like, we're pushing it back. We have time now for this shit. So it was definitely not going to make $1 billion if it was this year.
Spider-Man Brand New Day releases in July.
So, okay. So when is Doomsday?
I think that's supposed to be December. Yeah, December.
But it was supposed... So they pushed it back again?
No, that was what.
No, they didn't push it back a whole year. It was supposed to come out this year, right?
No, it was supposed to come out when Spider-Man is coming out. It was supposed to come out then. And then they pushed that to the end of the year. And then I think Spider-Man got pushed to July.
Hold on.
Could be wrong.
How many times has Doomsday been pushed back? Pushed back twice. Its original day was May 2nd, 2025. So it was this year. Then it was pushed back to May 1st, 2026. And then again to December 18th, 2026. So it has been pushed back twice.
But how many times has it been pushed back in the last...
I'm trying to find out when the second pushback was. Doomsday is now set to debut 6 months off its original slated date of May 1st. Match the follow-up movie. Doomsday was originally May and it was pushed back. Okay, cool. Okay, then it all fine, all reasonable. Then that's fine. You're back, and the video ended. So I will just go ahead and say the thing that I was saying. My preface, the only thing for my $1 bet that I said was I reserve the right to say, okay, never mind, they're going to make $1 billion after Spider-Man, which I thought came out, which I was confused as to whether or not it came out.
You can even say you reserve the right based on the trailer, because I will say this: if the trailer
I don't know,
I
don't think any trailer can come out that's going to make it look good.
I disagree. I think if the trailer shows a few things, like if they lean into the origin, no, I'm just saying, like if they show enough of the origin of Tony Stark where it makes sense, like as Doom. Right, like if they show that,
yeah, like the trailer almost has to set up this movie entirely.
like it has some legs. Like I think
it might have to be a 90-second movie. Okay, no. This is the joke one. This is the joke of what I'm saying. If the trailer that releases is a 90-second movie completely defining Doom and his relationship to our Tony Stark, I'll be like, maybe we're fine. Maybe we got it.
There's a possibility that it could do it. That's all I'm saying. This is all possible.
A hard focus on badass Doom that ends with them showing Chris Evans. Yeah, Hydra Cap. I wasn't fucking around when I said that. Yeah, you give me Hydra Cap, I'm like in like fucking Flint. You give me evil Avengers.
Yeah, that's fair.
You give me the multiversal evil Avengers. $1 billion. Absolute fucking $1 billion. No question.
That's gonna feed families, man. It 100% will feed families.
Yeah, like they'll make half that money on me. Like if you give me Star-Lord that killed Ego and took the power for himself, right? You give me Hydra Cap. You give me just full on evil Cap. You give me the Doctor Strange from the trailer of Doctor Strange, the one who's like, it's about to get nuts. Like that one, like with the eyeball and shit, but full evil Doctor Strange. You give me not Shang-Chi's dad, who won. He killed the dragon himself and then turned it into his wife. I'm just thinking of the most ridiculous shit I'd love to see. You give me 30 seconds of all the Eternals being just destroyed. Just, oh, fuck them. Just let me, these guys are the Blackest Widow. Yeah. You give me an Ironheart that got to stay in school. You give me Maestro fucking Hulk. You give me Maestro Hulk with a chain attached to his wrist that's fucking She-Hulk. Because if you read the comics, it's dark. But you give me that. You give me full Maker Reed Richards. I'm still not entirely convinced that Pedro Pascal isn't Maker Reed Richards. You haven't convinced me. This dumb motherfucker. The dumbest. Why are they so bad at why is it that the shitty fucking Ian Gruffin, Jessica Alba Fantastic Four goddamn nailed Reed Richards? Nailed him. But Pedro Pascal and an extra $200 million and a cameo from the fucking fan casting of Reed Richards presented the dumbest reads I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Doom has to be envious of Reed.
Yeah.
100% TLC. That 100%. Stop bashing the Eternals. I have to bash the Eternals because it wasn't good. It could have been good, but it wasn't. It was almost good. It was just not good. When watching Zombie Carol, okay, I don't know if we talked about it, but we're going to talk about it again if we did.
I personally haven't watched.
Marvel Zombies fucking ruled. 6 seasons and a movie. You forgot about giving us an Echo who can hear.
Oh boy.
We need some Miles Teller. Oh, we don't need Miles Teller as the maker for Secret Wars. We need Miles Teller as the maker forever. We need Miles Teller is a phenomenal fucking actor. We get the dumbest fucking reads, man. Wanda, Black Bolt here. Could destroy you. And also, here's every other weakness that everybody has. Here's the structural weak points of our building. Here's my social security number. And my PIN code is 0001 because nobody expects it.
We had some good times, man. We had some good times. We really did.
God damn. I can't, like, the Fantastic Four movie didn't break a bill. What did it, 600 by the time it was all said and done?
Did it hit that much? That sounds high.
I think they re-released it.
I don't know, man. It sounds a little high.
521, yeah.
Okay.
And whether or not it was a good movie, I want to know how much that made compared to. I don't even look at Fantastic, but I want to look at the box office for the first Fantastic Four movie.
That got to be low. Actually, I'd be surprised. That might be surprisingly high.
333 million for 2005 Fantastic Four.
That's not bad.
301 million for Rise of the Silver Surfer. Hold on, listen, Wanda, he can't take out the show by mentioning child support to Goofy or non-binary midget support to take Tony out. Damn it! You know my only weakness. Also, they have you missed 2 also adjectives in there. Amputee and incest. You got to get the whole fucking thing. the shit that it takes nowadays, man, to get me off is just. It's. Whew. Oh, you don't want to look at my search history. Anyway, what did Fantastic make? Fantastic made 167 million, as it should have, because that movie sucked.
All right, that's fair. It's right about where it should have. All right. Things are all right in the world. That's what we've learned.
I don't know, man. All this being said, I don't want Doomsday to fail. I don't want any of this shit to fail. Sometimes it sounds like I do because I'm like a negative Nancy about it. But no, I don't want any of. I want good fucking dude. I loved watching movies. I was excited to watch Eternals in theaters, and then I took a nap, and I was like, all right. And then I watched it again later at home, and was like, oh,
no, it was.
It was fine. It was fine. Like, I'm not gonna be an asshole about it. It was fine. It just was boring, slow, didn't do anything, and it wasn't what needed to happen after Endgame to start a new story. It was too slow. It was too boring. They presented questions they weren't prepared to answer. Where were you during Thanos? Well, we don't get involved. You get fucking involved. You've been involved. You fucks.
The entire time, bro.
If your job wasn't to stop an alien species from invading Earth, what the fuck was your job? That was an easy solution. We go in stasis for periods. They happened to come. We already talked about why Infinity War happened. Thanos didn't get fed up with failure. Thanos waited for everything to align. Odin was gone. Odin, arguably, was the strongest mortal in all of 616 universe. But he's so strong that the weakness they gave him was nap time. That was his. So, like, he waited for Odin to die.
The all sleep.
Yeah. He waited for Odin to die. Ego, the living planet, was killed. Another person who was trying to take over the universe, but was way stronger than Thanos.
Yep.
Like, unquestionable how much stronger Ego, the living planet, is than Thanos. He's a living planet.
Yep.
Not talking about with the stones. Just talking about on his own. Like, no. Thanos is a strong guy. Thanos is a little bit stronger than the Hulk. Kind of. But, like, Odin had to take a weed nap. Yeah, that was Odin's weakness, was like the ganja too loud. Like, what do you want from him? Odin was gone. And on top of, excuse me, on top of that, his first action, the first thing Thanos did when he was like, fuck it, we ball, was take out the Nova Corps. He took out the Green Lanterns. He took out space police. He was like, no more government for space crime.
Yep.
Oh, Odin, Jesus. Thanos didn't just angrily rush in. For what it's worth, that's also why Thanos lost in Endgame.
Because he angrily rushed in.
Like, Thanos wasn't ready.
Yep.
The Thanos they defeated was a decade dumber Thanos. Literally. One, give or take from conversation, but about a decade dumber. He was just trying to get the Power Stone. Right? Just trying to get his hands on the Power Stone. He was trying to cut deals with people he could to assemble the stones. He's been trying the entire time. He still didn't even know where fucking Vormir was. He was basically, this is my goal. And then, because he was a decade dumber than the version of Thanos that won, he was impulsive. He thought, what? All the Infinity Stones are in one spot? I could have them now. Uncle Stan. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Perfect reference. Perfect reference. Thank you. Gravity Falls. Friggle wore his ass out. Yeah, absolutely. Rene Russo. Yeah, absolutely. Thanos waited for the right time, and the only people who could have stopped him were a bunch of random idiots who did not work as a team.
Yep.
At a time where he didn't even have to know. And we almost lost twice. Thanos almost lost twice. Once to Doctor Strange and a bunch of Earthlings. Oh, and Mantis hanging out in the corner.
Yeah.
Just being Mantis. Once. The second time he almost lost was when Scarlet Witch killed Vision.
Yep.
Not because the Time Stone and all that other bullshit, but because Scarlet Witch could have been like, space! She could have just sent his ass to space. What's Thanos doing? Shit. Vision would survive in space. He ain't breathing. He ain't oxygenating.
Yeah.
You know, Delito. Yeah, boom! Could have sent him anywhere. Yo, remember in Civil War when she was like, yo, Vision, center of the fucking earth. And she was like, brr. She could have done that to Vision. She could have done that to Thanos. We all know she could have 1v1'd him. We all know. Switch could have 1v1 Thanos.
Easily.
Okoye knew. Why was she back there? Like, what are we doing?
Why was she on help this time?
Why was she back there? Why was she not helping? Like, and then she had Thanos so chopped, he was like, burn everything, including me. Like, just set it all on fire. Set it all. And then we had 14 seconds of Captain Marvel getting her ass kicked, like God intended. And then nonsense. Just silly nonsense the rest of the time. What are we doing? What is happening?
Things and stuff, mostly.
Why did they make only one gauntlet? Why did they make only one wish? All I know is that we had stuff to talk. We're still talking about that shit.
Yeah.
You know what we ain't talking about? Multiverse of Madness.
What is it to talk about with Multiverse?
Remember the first 30? Remember the first 67% of Shang-Chi were like, yo, this shit rules. Yo, is that Forrest attacking them?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
That was before she knew what you. Yeah, that wasn't even Max Power Switch. That wasn't even Angry Mom Switch.
Yeah.
Wow, we're talking about it. That didn't even have to be Pain of Loss Kamehameha Switch. Like, like the death of Vision. Like, no. We had it all. They had it all. Thanos almost lost twice. And then younger Thanos lost. Yeah. Which, like, the end of Endgame presented about 13 questions. That's not an exaggeration either. 13 unique questions by the end of Endgame. Maybe 2 of them were answered. In order, right? Who's in charge of Stark Industries? We can assume, but we don't know. No one told us.
Yeah,
what happens to Stark's legacy now that he's gone? Okay. Number 2. Captain America going back into... How did he give the Soul Stone back? A lot of these are Captain America related. Just so we're clear. Number 3. When Captain America decided to stay back in time, was he completely unaware that that would fuck everything up forever?
Based on how things look, didn't seem like he was quite aware.
Did he? What? That created a separate timeline. It had to. By the logic they presented, Cap being there created a separate timeline, unless that's always been the timeline and he was always supposed to do that and he was always the guy that she married and blah, blah, blah. But he definitely wasn't, because he damn near fucked Sharon Carter and she'd remember Uncle fucking Steve. So that entire ending, cool, cinematic, great. If that was the end of the fucking story. It wasn't. Okay, but that's only a part of it. Those stones are gone now in our timeline. We stole previous versions of our stones to replace the destroyed stones. But when the stones were destroyed, we were told very clearly it fucks up everything. They create the flow of time.
Create a branch timeline, yeah.
So now there's no stones. The second Thanos destroyed the stones, what happened? We can speculate. We could speculate. Nothing, like, I have my theories, but we don't know. What's happening with time travel? Time travel is real, has been invented, is understood now. And they were able to do it again with they built a second time pad. They built a second time pad.
Are we sure the TVA ended that timeline? Yeah, Hulk's theory in time travel was immediately contradicted. Literally,
now
like,
you know why I fucking
Quantumania.
hate time travel. It's been
it's
done well twice.
It's always a messy plot. It's always a messy plot. Always.
They have a time machine. The Avengers have a time machine. The Avengers have a time. They sent. Who has access to the time machine now? I'm going to start with the list of people who definitely have access to the time machine, and then we're going to move on to.
Does it start with Contessa?
I'm going to start with the people we know have access to a time machine, and we're going to move to the people who might have access to a time machine. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Hulk has access to a time machine.
Mm-hmm.
Hank Pym has access to a time machine. Unquestioned. Both of them unquestionably have access to a time machine.
Yeah.
No question. Absolutely.
Hank for sure. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's half the fucking plan.
Yeah.
You think Hank Pym's giving him Pym particles to help fix the problem? If he didn't get a part of it? Stark Industries has access to a time machine. I'm going to say Stark Industries, assuming Pepper Potts is still in charge of Stark Industries, but Pepper is the person who has access to it because she has the files at her house.
Yep.
Okay. Winter Soldier has access to a time machine.
Does he?
He was there. Cap Sam has access to a time. He was there. These were the people who were in the immediate vicinity of the time machine. These are people who know it exists, know how it works, and can operate it. Gotta solve a problem real quick. Don't worry about it. These are the 5 people that have access to the time machine that we know. Extrapolate that. Does the US government have access to a time machine? Does Val have access to a time machine? Does Wakanda have access to a time machine? Tony Stark built it. You think Shuri couldn't fucking reverse engineer that shit? Nebula has access to a time machine.
Shuri
Nebula
would be able to go back in time and get a Black Panther that doesn't have a disease.
Rocket has access to a time machine. You're telling me Rocket wasn't helping them build it? How does anything in phase 4 and 5 make sense when there's access to a time machine that they know how to operate? Dangling fucking threads. None of them were picked up. The US government outlawed time machines and destroyed them. Okay. Rocket, you're in space, my guy. Go build a space time machine and destroy. Every plot becomes irrelevant. We're very careful to destroy his blood to prevent it from falling in the wrong hands. One would assume they would have destroyed this time machine after Steve's journey to return everything. It's a great assumption. Are all the plans destroyed and nobody maintained them? That's a line of text I would have appreciated too. You're right. That could have happened. They could have been like, this is the last time, then we have to destroy it. Or keep It's the same with the Time Turner in Harry Potter, which was one of the reasons why it was the worst fucking thing. Thank God they only introduced it in book 4. Book 2 was the worst book and the worst movie. But like book 4, they're like, hey, it's the Time Turner. Hermione's had it for the entire time so she can take extra classes. Why'd you give a child time machine? It's chronomancy. It's different. It's a time machine. Because the butterfly effect there. Yeah. Yeah. We could have addressed any of that. That could have been the entire story of like, shit. They had one throwaway line of dialogue. One throwaway line of dialogue in Loki, and we were all, and first of all, not everybody watched Loki. It was, the Avengers were supposed to go back in time. Really? Yeah? Fuck you. No, they weren't. No one's supposed to go back in time. They could have saved Tony. After they won, they could have made a new gauntlet. Went back in time with the Hulk or somebody else. Shows up just as Tony's there and being like, they could have gone back in time. They won. They snapped back. They could have gone back in time and stopped Nebula. The second they got back in there, the second they were there, they could have done like punch Nebula in the tits. Fight's over. The second, I hate time travel because every solution to time travel is think about it a little longer and the problem solves itself. The Avengers didn't have to go back and I've said this a million times. They didn't have to. Yes, it made for a very cinematic and fun movie. It made for fun. You have to explain that. You're writing yourself in a hole. Oh, let's just go back and get Hank Pym. Let's go right back to before Hank Pym was dusted and get him here, bring him up, have him make Pym particles, explain, then we have infinite time to do this. We have a time machine. We have infinite attempts. One line of text. You can only travel in your own timeline. Is time travel the reason why Black Widow came out after she died? Yeah, probably. Probably. Yelena's the best thing going for the MCU right now, and it's not even fucking close. She's the best thing by a mile. I don't know.
She's supposed to be in Spider-Man, right?
Who? Yelena?
Yeah.
From my understanding, everyone's supposed to be in fucking Spider-Man. I think I'm in Spider-Man.
That's fair.
I have to check. Dude, it is.
Signed the contract, right? So.
Well, scale.
That's fair.
I don't have a speaking role. I'm going to try to sneak in a speaking role. So they have to pay me a little scale plus 4.
You don't need that. You don't need one.
Yeah. I'm Italian. I'm confused Italian in the subway number 4. That's my. Which means there's either 4 other Italians in the subway, or I'm in the 4th subway, the fourth subway scene. And that's why absolutely, Infinity War fucking ruled. And and I will always say Infinity War was an order of magnitude. Like Infinity War was a 10 out of 10, and like the only other movie I would put with Infinity War is Winter Soldier. And I understand that not everybody will agree with me, but I do believe that is the only piece of cinema that the Marvel universe ever came out with. I believe that there was no there were no superpowers. Who had superpowers in that movie? Nobody. Cap, kinda? That just felt like a James Bond movie.
Yeah,
but more cool,
movie, man. That movie was fantastic, man.
I don't know. So now we're taking on. We tried to do the multiverse saga. We failed. We failed the multiverse saga hard. Like it's not anywhere near where it needed to be. Right? I'm not wrong in saying that. They tried. They were like dabbling with the TV shows did better in multiverse conversation than the movies did. Half the movies had nothing to do with the multiverse. Take my hat off for this. It's getting warm because I'm angry. half the movies had nothing to do with the multiverse, right? Spider-Man had to do a little bit with the multiverse. Doctor Strange had to do with the multiverse, and then fucking absolute silence from Eternals, absolute silence from pretty much everything. We had a multiversal movie in Fantastic Four, which, you know, could have been great, but it ended up not mattering. Like, it would have been great if any other movie was taking place in another universe. Any other movie. The Marvels. I forgot that. I always forget that movie existed. That was technically had a multiverse in it.
It's not really a bad thing, man. The movie wasn't very memorable.
How are we gonna like? What do you? I'm gonna ask you, Goof. Okay. What do you want from Doomsday?
If I'm being honest, I just want to see the start of and the introduction of the next phase, which is let's talk about how we get X-Men into the MCU. It's really kind of all I care about.
I'm just putting this here if Shiro's still in stream so he could see that I maxed out all my crafters and gatherers.
Oh, okay.
This is me from Shiro. That's it. That's all I want to do. I want Dr. Doom to be like Mario from The Wire. I just want a universe where I don't feel like they took a giant dump on my favorite character. I know Hulk fans that hate what they've done to Hulk over the last 15 years.
Okay.
I know people that are like, he's not the Hulk. We got a version of Hulk. We got a story of Hulk, but he's never been the Hulk. I know Thor fans that are like,
excuse me,
completely dejected by the version of Thor they failed 3 times to make. And most important, the most glaring criticism I hear from people who are hardcore Thor fans has always been, how many times does he have to learn to be an adult? How many times does he have to take the exact same fucking journey, change nothing? Why is it that he became the god he realized that the hammer was never his power and then immediately had to go get a new weapon? Why, you know, like, why? Why did all of these things happen? And like, I'm not going to shit on Ragnarok. I thought Ragnarok was a great movie. But at the same time, wasn't really Thor. I like the Thor we got. The Thor they tried to make was boring. Nobody fucking wanted the fantasy Thor. And that was the problem. They should have just made a better fantasy movie. They should have just made better fantasy movies. Thor in Avengers 1 is not the same as Thor in Endgame. Nor is he the same as Thor in anything else. I know nobody really had a problem with...
The first 2 Avengers movies are probably the most similar. Well, actually, no. The first 2 Thor movies, the first 2 Avengers movies, he's the same. The Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder,
yeah.
The Thor and him in obviously the last Avengers movie, because he wasn't. Was he in it? He was in Infinity War. Yeah, he was in Infinity War.
He was in Infinity War. He had the greatest scene in Infinity War.
Yeah, he felt more closer to the previous 2 Thors. The first 2 Thor movies, or the first 4 Thor movies.
It's fine. Taika Waititi's done. Taika Waititi's done. He ain't doing shit for anybody ever again. Whatever Taika Waititi's directing from now on, it's known to not watch. Because he's another guy who's like, oh, that's a really interesting take. Your takes are good. And when I say that, what he hears is everything you do is perfect. Have free reign to do whatever you want at any time. Also known as probably what's going to happen with James Gunn. Unfortunate, but true. Captain Marvel is a character that is somehow infinitely fucking cooler. Yeah. The Infinity War bring me Thanos. That was the greatest scene in Infinity War. Thor showing up, bring me Thanos. Still get goosebumps when I watch it. Captain Marvel is so much cooler than we got. And it's not Brie Larson's fault. You don't have to like Brie Larson. Like, that's fair. That you could believe whatever you want. You could believe that she was hard to work with. That's fine. It wasn't her fault that we got an absolute dog shit Captain Marvel series. It wasn't like she's really fucking cool. And they just couldn't do it right. So there's another character. So I want the X-Men, just like you said.
Yeah.
What level of confidence do you have in them telling a good X-Men fucking story?
I actually do have confidence in them because here's the reason why. I think that they've realized how royally bad they've effed up with this multiverse saga, which is the reason why they're trying to bring back RDJ to do this. And I think what they're trying to do is just like, let's get out of this, but let's get out of this in the best possible way that we can so that we can do this right or better the next time. So I actually do have some confidence in them. Now, like you said, I reserve the right to change my opinion on that based on what we see in these next two movies. And I also reserve the right, once I actually see what they do with introducing the X-Men. From what I've heard so far, I feel good about a couple things. They're going to be focusing more on Cyclops, his family. I'm cool with that if that's actually true. I think that's the right way to go. I think it's an interesting way to go. It's focusing on the Summers family. My thing is, I concerned because I've
I'm
seen
just
what they've
moving my
done with the
head to see
multiverse
what
saga.
the glare was doing. Sorry.
No, you good. But yeah, I mean, I actually do have a little bit of confidence because I do think that they realize where they've gone wrong. And I think that they are trying to get out of it in the best possible way that they could, but then also understanding that they can't do this crap again moving forward.
Kevin Feige had too strong a grip and things started slipping through his fingers. And I think that only I don't think he's 100% to blame.
Okay.
I think he's got blame. I think there's a good amount of blame. Like, when you're in charge, it falls on you. If you get a bad movie, it's your fucking fault. There may be mitigating circumstances. There may be reasons why these things suck. You may have COVID. You may have studio interference, Disney interference, probably Disney interference. I don't know why. As somebody who appreciates Disney movies that are Disney movies and have for my entire life, I don't know why the overarching mentality of Disney is everything needs to be made for children or for people who think like children. There are so many, and how it's always Disney. I can't for the life of me understand why they don't realize that demographics are real and approach each demographic correctly. That's it. They didn't buy Star Wars. They didn't buy Star Wars so they could sell fucking Star Wars toys to kids. That is a benefit to owning Star Wars. That is a benefit to paying $4 billion for Star Wars. The reality of buying Star Wars was to attract a 25 and up demographic of predominantly males. And over time, they've said, you know what would be interesting? What if we make Star Wars not parts of Star Wars, not unique Star Wars things for other people? I will never have a problem with that. Not all content has to be for me and an IP I love. I absolutely love, you know this, I love the Power Rangers. I am insanely obsessed with the Power Rangers. Something only people who've known me since my stream days will really know. And even then, I don't talk about it a lot. I'm obsessed with Pokemon. I absolutely will accept the last game because fuck them. But like, I love, these are fun games. These are fun. I like ROM hacks. I like different versions. I don't really play baseline gen Pokemon games anymore, and I don't play competitively, but like Pokemon cards. That's a fun ass game. Pokemon Pocket TCG is a game I played for a while. It's really fun. I'm not giving them any money because I don't have to, but if I wanted to, sure. I love Power Rangers. I love Pokemon. I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I love me some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Absolutely. There are versions of all three of those things, Pokemon, TMNT, and Power Rangers, that are decidedly not for me.
Okay. Yep.
All of the Power Rangers TV, almost all of the Power Rangers TV shows, not for me. I'm pushing fucking 40. You know what I mean? Like they don't make that shit for 40-year-old dudes. You know what Power Ranger shit is for me? The comic books. They fucking rule.
Yeah.
Overall positive messaging, darker stuff. Shattered Grid. Shattered Grid's an absolutely phenomenal story. Like Power Ranger shit rules. TMNT. The cartoons have not been for me since the original 90s cartoon. Every time they come out with them. The Michael Bay movies were kind of for me, but not really. Raph wasn't the last Ronin, buddy. Raph isn't the last Ronin, buddy. Mikey's the last Ronin. That's why he'll fucking love the last Ronin. He's wearing Raph's bandana. They don't tell you, the first run, they don't tell you until the fourth comic book. Because he's got the red bandana. Okay, TMNT lore for you, Goof, because I know you don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's fair. Thank you.
There is a storyline. You know the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? The general. I don't have to go into. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
there is a storyline in which Splinter is debilitated. He eventually dies. But 3 of the turtles die.
Okay.
Are killed by the Foot. They get him. And there is exactly 1 turtle left. He is wearing a red bandana. He has 2 sais, 1 sword, and like one other thing he rocks around in. But you're led to believe the entire time it's Raphael. That Raphael is the last surviving turtle. Because it's acting like he's murdering motherfuckers. Like he's like, they're dead.
Okay.
Like, dead. You find out not early enough that it was early enough that you're like, oh, now I'm in. But it wasn't so early that it's like, it was a surprise, basically, that it was Michelangelo. Michelangelo watched his brothers die. and as a result of it broke and became the last Ronin. He is the last Ninja Turtle. He is on a murder spree for revenge. It is one of the coolest fucking stories. It is not for children. It is for me. It's not for me as an adult who's never heard of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It is me as an adult who grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and now, because I no longer eat crayons and drink glue, my tastes have changed. I don't eat them. I melt them and put them in my smoothie. We've talked about this.
That's fair.
I do have crayons. Somewhere. I like content that grows with me. They could still come out with there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. It's a Hades clone called Splintered Fate. I play that game all the fucking time. If any of you fucking have it, DM me in Discord. We'll get a game going. I fucking love that game. I've never played Hades a day in my life. I have no interest in Hades. I hear it's great. My best friend Matt plays it. I'm not gonna fucking play it. Trav plays it. I don't care. That's not for me.
You cheer Trav?
Yeah. Trav plays it. Yeah, love him. Love him to death. Not for me. Not a game I want to play. Not that what I want to do. You put TMNT on it, I'm playing the fuck out of that game. They've gotten like $30 out of me. I bought the game. I bought the first 2 DLCs. Each DLC was like $6, so not much. But like, yeah, that game ruled. Can kids play that game? Sure. I'm going to kick the shit out of them. They're going to be fucking useless. I'm going to be mad if they show up in my party because they don't have the hand-eye coordination to play a Hades game, let alone one where you're murdering people. But it's fine. Disney bought Star Wars and they bought Marvel. Marvel is shonen. Marvel is for people ages 13 to like 30, 40, somewhere in that range. Like, generally speaking, male protagonist adventure stories. That's what Marvel always has been. That's what Marvel always will be. They tell stories differently so that if you like Spider-Man as a kid because you saw a cartoon or you saw a toy that was cool, you have something to read as you grow up. Splintered Fate. TMNT Splintered Fate. It's dirt cheap. Super fun. Single player. Do whatever you want. Super fun. So you have TMNT. You have Splinter. All this random like stuff for people of different ages. If you want to then say, you know what, we noticed that we don't have a lot of chicks that are fans of this, a lot of girls, a lot of young girls interested in it. Go ahead, make another story. Make a story for chicks. There are things chicks fucking like. Predominantly. I know women that love Pokemon. I know more women that love Pokemon than men, to be fair. I know women that love TMNT. I know women that love Star Wars, Marvel, Disney. I know women who love everything because I know men who love everything. That's not the distinguishing factor. The women who love mostly manly things are unique. We celebrate uniqueness. Goof, does your wife play NBA 2K with you?
Absolutely not.
Does she like NBA 2K?
She likes that I like NBA 2K. It's about as far as it goes.
If she did like it, would that change anything about how much you love her?
No.
Right?
Right.
Fucking irrelevant.
Yeah.
She's a woman. I know she's a woman because she has 4 of your kids. And you're married to her. And you told me as much.
This is correct.
She has, I'm sure she likes things. I'm sure there's TV shows she likes. I'm sure there's TV shows she tolerates because you like them. Yeah. I'm sure there's TV shows you watch with her and you appreciate, but you wouldn't have watched them without her.
Fair.
People are allowed to be different and have unique takes and have unique likes and dislikes. You can't alienate the people who love your thing by forcing them to like something they don't like.
Yeah.
Historically speaking, horrible business strategy. But how does Disney keep doing it? This isn't a conversation of dumb fucking like, oh, the accolade is women and lesbians. Like, who cares? First of all, if the point of your story is to be a pedestal upon which you could put a social or emotional issue, you better have a fucking story around it. Because there are some goddamn insane fucking stories. There's a story called Why the Last Man. If anyone's ever read it, it's a graphic novel. It is a scathing criticism of misogyny in the world. And you would never understand it until you've read it and and you read the context and the subtext. Like, shit, this is a wild fucking thing. Why the Last Man? All men are dead. Except one guy. So the world is completely overtaken by women. It does not say the second the world is overtaken by women, everything gets better. It says it is difficult for a world built by men and women to only be run by women. Just like it would be difficult for a world built by men and women to only be run by women. The things that can change might or might not change. The things that have to change might or might not change. So it's a scathing criticism of the concept of like women can or can't do certain things through the motto of like of below average intelligence guy who's the last man on earth and he has to be kept a secret because some bitches be crazy. Just like in a zombie apocalypse, some people are going to start eating people. You know, like who are these people? Monsters, I guess. These are the stories that need to exist. You can tell your stories. There are phenomenal ways to tell your stories. There are phenomenal ways. Eternals did one of the best ones I ever give credit for. Here's Fastos, and here's the dude Fastos is fucking, and here's their kid. They adopted a kid. Oh, cool. How gay is Fastos? It's never mentioned. He just happens to be married. He might not even be gay. He might be pansexual. His husband might be asexual. We don't fucking know. We know that they love each other enough to adopt a kid, and that's fucking wonderful. We have no context because we don't need it, because they showed us a loving fucking relationship. Who gives a shit if it's a guy, a girl, anything that's morally okay, that's not like, oh, it's a guy and a horse. Like, that's not okay. But like anything that's reasonable, like, sure, fine, do it. Yeah, 100%. The worst part about The Acolyte was how they tried to shoehorn the twin storyline in there. And I know what they were trying to do. They just failed at it. You could fix it. They could redo The Acolyte. I could redo The Acolyte right now on 1/10 of the budget and make it awesome. Focus on the most interesting fucking characters. You could even have the twins in it. They're just not interesting. They're just a background story. Fuck. There was a chick in The Acolyte. There was a chick who was a witch. She was a space witch who used the Force to generate life inside her girlfriend's fucking uterus.
Nice.
How cool is that? That's the cool. That sentence is so fucking cool. The power. Boo! Boo this man! Like, how did you take something so fucking cool? That bitch could have had fucking fangs and a fucking, like, bat wings and just been the most menacing motherfucker on the planet. And we'd have been like, oh, badass new character. Let's fucking roll. No! No, she was a sympathetic character because she wasn't accepted by society. She wasn't accepted because she was doing black magic nonsense. It's one thing when you talk about like Salem witchcraft, when like the people thought they were consorting with demons because women can't read or, you know, ignorance. This wasn't ignorance. She was doing evil shit. Like, you can't say they're doing evil shit. Pivot back on the topic of things from childhood that went so hard for a second. Bionicle. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Lego had a corner on that. And then eventually some guy took it over and was like, nah, we're going to have fun just building random shit again. It's all this. It's all this that makes it like cool. What are we doing with Doomsday? First 10 minutes, this trailer has got to be insane, Goof.
It gotta be.
This, first of all, it's coming in Avatar. So they're not fucking around with it.
That's a big deal.
The other comment I heard, this one I heard on Screen Crush. The other comment I heard, as we're going to wrap it up, trust me, I just saw the time. The other comment I heard was they have like 30 different cuts of the trailer and they're trying to figure it out. And like I said, I don't like Colton Ogburn, but they do have Tommy Bechtel. And Tommy Bechtel.
Oh, Tommy's great.
Tommy's the best.
Tommy's great.
Because Tommy is the first person to say, hey, this is what I think. And you don't have to think that. And that's fucking cool. But this is just what I think. And Colton's like, this is what I think. And if you don't think this way, something bad. And I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. Shut up, nerd. Shave your head like I did. What are you doing? When you start losing it, just get rid of it. What are you doing? Come on, you're a married man. What are you doing? That was mean. I apologize to him in advance if he ever sees that. The trailer will just be a splash screen due to tariffs. Hold on, wait. All right, closing thoughts for you, buddy, as I do something real quick.
The multiverse saga sucks. It's not been good, and we need to get out of this immediately. However, I still want Doomsday to be good, but Doomsday to me really just needs to do one thing, and that's just set up the future and end the multiverse saga well. That's it. That's all I have. I hate the idea of there potentially being variants of Doom. Think it's kind of stupid. Just give me Doom bots. I like the idea a little bit where like some part of the origin for it's Tuesday trailer. Love it. I like the idea of some of the things that they're doing with sort of like the origin here for Tony Stark or Doom. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I don't really think there's anything that I'm looking forward to from the movie.
I want to be wrong. I want to see the trailer. I'm not seeing Avatar, but I want to see the trailer and go, oh, okay, I'm interested. I'm interested now. I want them to the best solution, I think, is they drop this trailer and the trailer does two things. One, it gives the diehard fans a chance to be like, got it. Okay, I'm interested in seeing this. Because I'm not interested enough in how they're going to fucking pull this off to go spend money on this movie. And I'm not going to have to be, because this movie's going to be fucking pirated in 30 seconds. Are you kidding me? No. If the trailer gets me to the point where I'm like, oh shit, interesting. I'm fucking, okay, let's see what this line is going to be. Cool. If the trailer has to answer one question. How is this happening? And the second thing the trailer has to do is make me believe that this movie is gonna be fucking insane. It doesn't like I have to believe, like I have to watch a scene of Hugh Jackman stabbing through Captain America's shield. Like I'm like, okay, you got me. You get cool. If Majors didn't get in trouble, they could have saved Doom for later. If they were really smart, they're not. If they were really smart, I don't even know if I should say this out loud. Jinx it. Doom would be in this movie for like 9 minutes. 5 at the beginning. A minute in the middle. And 4 at the end. If they were really fucking smart, so if the trailer gives you a chub, you'll go see it. I'll go see it in theaters, yeah. If the trailer is anything, the first trailer. If they release cool trailers after, whatever. If the first trailer makes me go, okay, no, this is, they know, they have an idea that's worth watching. Because right now, I don't believe they do. Right now, I don't believe that the Russos and Kevin Feige and 27 actors from the past have any fucking idea what's goddamn going on. And if this trailer makes me believe that we're going to get a fucking movie that is worth paying money to see, happy to see it. But if they don't, I'm still going to see it. It ain't going to make them any money. And I know it's only getting easier. Surprise, everybody. Piracy is big. It's back. Yeah. We're all sailing the seven seas again. And that can never be stopped. So that's it. We got to go. Goofy's got to get up early tomorrow to do a presidential fitness test. And I have to get up early tomorrow to remind Goofy to go do his presidential fitness test. That's pretty much it. Goof, anything you want to say?
No. John FMA, no, I'm kidding. No, there's nothing I want to say.
And I'll be online on my channel tomorrow playing Dispatch if you guys are interested. Be safe. Be kind if you can. Never nice, always kind. And we'll catch you the next time